Finally, we can start now. Okay. All right, Marty, ready? Okay. Are we ready to go, Janine? Ready to go? Okay. All right, Cuyahoga County Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee for Wednesday, May the 4th, 2022 will be called to order. Roll call, please.
Calling the roll. And also as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Ms. Conwell.
Present.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Ms. Turner.
Here.
There is a quorum.
Okay. Is there any public comment this morning?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
Okay. And could I have approval of minutes from the April 20th, 2022 meeting, please?
I so move.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it. And Madam Clerk, if you could please read the first matter referred to committee this morning.
Resolution number 2022-0114, making an award on requisition number 8922 to Katz Construction in the amount not to exceed $1,527,760.16 for resurfacing of Harvard Road from East 190th Street to Warrensville Center Road in the city of Warrensville Heights.
Okay, and if you could just please state your name for the record.
Nicole English with Public Works.
Okay.
This is making an award on construction for Harvard Avenue, East 190th to Warrensville Center. This is a federal aid project, so we have 80% federal funding, 10% is coming from the County Road and Bridge Fund, and 10% from Warrensville Heights. This project was bid, 5 bids were submitted. Because it is federal aid, it has a DBE goal instead of the county diversity goal of 7% that was set by the state, and they are meeting. CATS is an SBE prime themselves, although that, again, is not really valid because we're using the state's DBE program, but just for now, your knowledge. The estimate was 1.6 million. The bid came in 6% under, so we are taking the lowest and best bid. The project is due to start May 25th, so we would love second reading suspension. Actually, all 3 of these are federal aid jobs that ODOT is asking for us to get them back to them signed as soon as possible so they can meet their fiscal year deadlines. They need them down to the state by June 1, so we'll ask for second reading on all of them. I think that's pretty much it for now. If there's any other questions, happy to answer them.
Yeah, what is the condition of the road out there?
I was just warned you might ask that. I don't have them on the construction documents. It's normally on the welfare and convenience, but I'll get those back to you.
Okay, we
on all
appreciate
3 of
that.
them.
And then why the 4-part funding allocation? Why the makeup of that?
This one is 80% 10-10. So this is our typical
3-part.
federal aid where we tell the municipality that we'll split the non-federal share with them. So that's kind of how this one is set up.
Okay. Could you give us some additional information on the 2021 to 2024 transportation improvement program?
Okay, so yeah, NOACA sets the tip, and so they set the tip from fiscal year 21 through 24, and then they have selected certain roadway projects. And what happened was in early 21, we worked with NOACA and some of the cities to identify which projects make sense for the county to sponsor. So this is kind of a win for everybody. We can help the cities. We give them 10% of the funding of the project. We'll run the construction for them. So not every city is, as able to run federal aid jobs as others. And so we picked a handful of projects. I want to say there might be about 10 throughout the program that you'll see that the county is going to sponsor for them coming out of NOACA. So sometimes also ODOT might call us and ask, a certain city has some trouble running the job, could we step in? So if it's on a county route and it makes sense to fit into our program, we'll sponsor those.
Okay. And then when is the start date and finish date?
This one is scheduled to start May 25th and should end by October 25th, so a 1-season job, and traffic will be maintained at all times.
Oh, okay. All right. Any questions from my colleagues? Mr. Miller?
Just a comment that I'm encouraged that in this inflationary environment that we could still get an item come in 6% under estimate. So it sounds like there's still contractors out there that are hungry for work.
think roadway jobs we're seeing a little better than bridge, because steel on bridges is what's kind of killing us right now. You know, we did make sure that we put what we felt was enough in the bid to make sure that it was biddable. So, you know, we've added the inflation factor that we felt was right, but it still did have enough competition to come in under what we had anticipated. So it's still good.
So, how many bids did you get on this one?
5.
5. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Miller. Anything else?
Mr. Chair,
Okay, I saw,
Oh, ladies first.
okay.
just, thank
Okay,
you.
Yvonne.
Just
Ms. Conwell.
a question in regards to materials. So you stated steel. Is there anything else that's kind of skyrocketed for us to be
Well,
aware
quite a
of?
bit. You know, anything with trucking right now because of gas prices and oil, and so you're seeing asphalt. I mean, so most everything is inflated right now. Steel is the worst we've seen. We had a recent bridge job that we're going to have to rebid because it came in 3 times the price that we would have anticipated, and at such a large quantity, it just busted the whole bid. So steel is really rough right now, but again, anything that's related to trucking. And they're saying, contractors are saying they're having a hard time getting anyone to commit to pricing. They'll tell them, we'll give you a price that's only good for 2 weeks. Well, that doesn't do us any good. It takes us, you know, several months to get the job bid, awarded, everything. So nobody's really wanting to hold prices. So everyone's got a little risk factor right now that they're trying to weigh when they make these bids.
The people that are bidding are kind of putting that on our price for us to pay.
Exactly, right. I think they're passing along some of that risk to us right now.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Conwell. Mr.,
No, I said thank you, Marty.
everyone's okay on this?
I'm good.
Okay,
Thank
Mr.
you. Just on a
Sweeney?
comment, as Dale
Yeah.
made a comment, I know it's a very important project, and the councilwoman whose ward it's in is very humble, but I just want to recognize her as the driving force to take this over the finish line and take care of the people from her district.
Perfect.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll make a motion for second reading suspension on this. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And the ayes have it, and our 2022-00114 will be moved forward on second reading suspension.
Mr. Chairman? Yes. I'd like to add, thank you.
Okay, please
Councilwoman. I'd
add the
like to add my
councilwoman's name, Janine Meredith, on that. Okay. All right, anything else on that? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the next matter referred to committee.
Resolution number 2022-0115, making an award on requisition number 8923 to Trimore Corporation in the amount not to exceed $4,646,967.30 for resurfacing of Ridge Road from Pearl Road to Flowerdale Avenue in the cities of Brooklyn, Cleveland, and Parma.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Nicole English with Public Works again. So another award of construction. This is Ridge Road. This is, I don't have the PCR on me, but if you drive Ridge Road at the interchange of 480, you might lose a tire right now. So you know it's pretty bad. This is kind of a piece that I think everyone has avoided. It's in 3 cities. That makes it a little complicated. It's around the interchange, which made it complicated. So there had been resurfacing that the county actually did to the north several years ago. So this came through also the NOACA tip. It is federally funded, 50% of it, because it's not the typical 80-20, because once we got down to the actual design, there's significant pavement repairs that we want to make at this point. So once we do this project one time, hopefully we don't have to be back for a long while. We did get 4 bids submitted, and we are accepting the lowest bid, which again is under the estimate by 8%. The low bid was a decent amount lower than the second bidder, so I think they were hungry for this work. And it is being paid 50% federal. We have 20% issue 1 that we got to cover some of that share that the federal wasn't going to cover, 15% from the county, and 15% for the cities. They each have their share within their city. And this project is anticipated to start May 25th and end April 4th of 23. It should be significantly completed this year. There just might be some touch up at the early spring next year, which is why they're giving that later end date. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, what's the breakdown on the municipalities again?
It's 15% total for the municipalities.
And are they doing it based on the length of the road? Or
Correct. So I believe Parma has 50% of that, and Brooklyn and Cleveland each have 25% of the 15.
Okay. Any questions from my colleagues? Mr. Sweeney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Assistant Director. Is this going to be a county project or a city project? Because sometimes they swap it out for different reasons.
Yeah, so the county is going to run the construction of this one, and that's part of, I think, why it was kind of ignored for a while. It's 3 cities, it's a little bit hairy. Nobody quite wanted to take the control of it. So that's where the county had come in and said we would be willing to sponsor this project. So we definitely have oversight from ODOT because the ramps are right there that they are in control of. So we'll have some ramp closures here and there, just to get that work done right around the ramps. So we'll
But
be
you're the
working close
point,
with
or we're
everyone.
the point. One more, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
We all know it's kind of a cluster mess in a very professional format right here to describe the intersection.
Uh-huh.
Is there a study? Because it's one of the worst intersections that we have in Cuyahoga County, I believe. And with that double turn lane and double straight lane, is anything calculated to say we might have a time light longer? We might only need 1 turn lane?
So we did early on in the planning work with ODOT and the cities on looking at the traffic there. NOACA had also done a study on Ridge Road, this STOP program they have where they study corridors. So they also had some timing improvements they wanted us to implement. ODOT kind of stated the interchange, they feel like it's as good as it is right now. So we are going to improve some of the lane use to make, hopefully it'll be a little clearer. You know, that jog is really weird as you come through to the south there. So we did work with them. Unfortunately, the right-of-way is so tight that you're kind of stuck with where you are. So we tried to make little changes to make it better. We will have some timing improvements that happen at the end on the signals.
And through the chair, so just the striping is going to be considered to try to make it a little bit better, but
No real ad lanes or anything going on
who
there.
controls the signalization? Is that a city Cleveland right there? Is it right in a split?
The signal, wherever the controller sits, whichever city it is in, so I'm not confident which signal belongs to which city. But typically it's where the controller, the big box that you see on the side of the road, that's who controls the signal. So we'd have to go back and check who controls it. But we have, through these plans, at the end of the day, we will retime that area so that hopefully it runs a little bit smoother than it does
Yeah,
today.
because a brand-new road with a refocus on the signalization could give us our best opportunity instead of a big or a total redesign.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to make
Yeah,
comment.
absolutely. Yeah, that is a congested area over there, and we kind of an awkward
Very
trying to
much.
get from that highway to the ridge up there. So, any other questions, Ms. Conwell?
Through the chair to Holly, I just want to, if you could just clarify, you stated that it was 50% Parma and then 25 and 25 for the other 2 cities. But the part I need to clarify, you said they were all going to just put in 15%?
So it's a total of 15% for the cities to pay for, and of that 15, Parma has 50, so they pay 7.5%, and then Cleveland has 25% of the 15, so that's, in my head, what, 3.75? And then 3.75 for Cleveland, yes, sorry.
That's what I didn't
Yep.
understand. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
My math skills.
Okay.
Okay. We need Nan here today, right?
Yeah.
Right. Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll make a motion for second reading suspension on this. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second for second reading suspension. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay?
Could you please add my name? if you
Yes,
don't
we'll add
mind,
Mr.
Chairman?
Sweeney's name, and if you could add my name as well, Madam Clerk. Appreciate that. Although, we said aye, right? All those in favor say aye. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll move our 2022-0115 on for second reading suspension. Madam Clerk, if you could read the next ordinance or resolution?
Resolution number 2022-0116, making an award on requisition number 8921 to the Vallejo Company in the amount not to exceed $2,988,925.02 for the rehabilitation of Superior Road from Euclid Avenue to Lee Road in the cities of Cleveland Heights and East Cleveland.
Okay, and if you could just state your name for the record?
Nicole English again with Public Works. So this is another award of a federal aid project, Superior, in East Cleveland and Cleveland Heights. This one's interesting in the fact that Cleveland Heights had federal money for their section, and then we had selected the section in East Cleveland as a county operations project. So they were going to be getting done around the same time, and it made no sense to have 2 contractors going at once. So we came together with ODOT in Cleveland Heights and East Cleveland and said, you know what if we just combine this into one project, and we'll construct it ourselves and run the construction. We'll use the federal money on just the Cleveland Heights piece, which it was awarded for. And so everybody seemed pretty happy with that, that decision. So that's why this percentage of breakdown of funding is a little bit weird. And it is, I think, incorrect a little bit on the resolution. It should be 21.5% federal, 30% OPWC, which is issue one funds, 39.5% county, and 9% Cleveland Heights. So that's why that weird breakdown is there. We did receive 4 bids, and we are taking the lowest and best bid, which was 8% under the estimate. Because it's a federal aid job, it has a 7% DBE goal. Just to note, the Vallejo company, though, is a registered SBE and MBE with the county. Again, not using our county diversity goals, but that's still an item of note. They anticipate starting the project June 15th and finishing it November 4th of this year. And we still do need second reading suspension, though, because we need to award it in this current fiscal year for ODOT. So we have to get this signed contracts and everything back to them before June. So we would still ask for second reading suspension.
Okay, how does the federal funding is allocated or determined for this project? Like the other ones I saw different percentages. So
Yeah,
how's
so
this done?
because they initially had 80% for just the Cleveland Heights section.
Oh,
So
okay.
then that converts when we add the whole project together, that ended up being only 21.5% of the whole project.
Okay.
But that's why it's a little bit weird.
Right.
They only had it in the Cleveland Heights section. We were gonna do the East Cleveland section as a 100% project for them. So when you add it all together, it gets you those kind of weird
Right,
funding
and
breakdowns.
I'll hitchhike off Mr. Sweeney's last question and the last project. Who's going to be handling the work on this?
So the county is running the construction for this project.
Okay, okay. Questions from my colleagues on this? Okay, seeing none, then I'll make a motion for moving R 2022-0116 along for second reading suspension. Do I have a second?
Second?
Okay, we have a second. All those in favor of moving this along for second reading suspension, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Ayes have it. All right, thank you, Ms. English. Is there any other miscellaneous business before the committee this morning? Okay, seeing none, we'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay? The ayes have it. All right, thank you.